Have you ever found yourself questioning the fidelity of your partner? It's an unpleasant thought, but sometimes certain signs can stir up doubts and suspicions. Today we're going to explore 7 signs that may suggest your partner is having an affair. Now, before we dive in, it's important to remember that these signs are not definitive proof of infidelity. They're simply indicators, subtle changes in behavior that might necessitate an open, honest conversation with your partner. These signs range from delayed responses to your calls or texts, to unexpected bouts of gift-giving. You might notice them coming home late more often, or paying unusual attention to their appearance. Perhaps they've become distant or they avoid your gaze. These signs, individually or combined, can be cause for concern. So let's dive deep and explore what each of these signs might look like. Stay tuned as we delve into these 7 signs that may indicate an affair. The first sign, they take longer to call or text you back. Now let's talk about this. Communication is the lifeblood of any relationship. So, when there's a sudden shift in this pattern, it might be a sign that something is off. If your partner is usually quick to reply but now takes an unusually long time to respond to your calls or texts, it could be cause for concern. But remember, there's always context. Is there an increase in their workload? Are they dealing with additional stressors that could be causing this delay? It's crucial not to jump to conclusions. Communication is key. Ask them about it, voice your concerns. It's better to address the issue than to let your imagination run wild. Just remember, while a delay in response might be a sign, it's not a definitive proof of infidelity. So a sudden change in response time may be a cause for concern. The second sign, they come home late. We all have those days when work runs late or a meeting stretches beyond its scheduled time. But when your partner consistently comes home late without a reasonable explanation, it may be time to raise an eyebrow. This doesn't mean they're necessarily having an affair, but it could be a sign that something is amiss. It's the pattern that you need to watch out for. An unexplained increase in late-night work or sudden interest in new activities that keep them away from home could be a red flag. Of course, there could be a perfectly innocent explanation, and it's crucial not to jump to conclusions. However, it's always a good idea to maintain open lines of communication and address any changes that concern you. Remember, consistency without a valid reason is the key here. The third sign, they bathe as soon as they get home. Now, everyone has their own hygiene habits, but a sudden and consistent change can be a red flag. Imagine this. Your partner walks in the door, barely throws a hello your way, and beelines for the shower. They don't linger, they don't chat about their day, they just head straight for the bathroom. This could mean nothing, of course. Perhaps they've had a tough day at work and need to unwind. But if this becomes a pattern, it could be a sign of something more. It could indicate that they are trying to wash away the evidence of their day, to erase any potential scent or mark that could give them away. It's important not to jump to conclusions, but if you notice this shift in behavior, it might be worth bringing up in a conversation. A sudden change in hygiene habits might warrant a conversation. The fourth sign, they give you presents without any occasion. Now we all love surprises, right? That unexpected gift on a random Tuesday can make your day. But when your partner starts showering you with gifts out of the blue, it might be time to pause and reflect. You see, sometimes these unexpected gifts can be a manifestation of guilt. A sudden surge in generosity could be an attempt to alleviate the guilt of an affair, a way of compensating for the betrayal. Does this mean every surprise gift is a sign of infidelity? Absolutely not. It could just be an impromptu act of love, a delightful expression of affection from your partner. However, if this newfound generosity seems out of character for your partner, it's worth paying attention to. Unexpected gifts are lovely, but if it's out of character, it might be a red flag. Keep your eyes open, but remember, not every gift comes with a hidden agenda. The fifth sign, they are not as loving as they used to be. When we're in love, we naturally want to express it, to show our affection. But when that affection starts to dwindle, it can be a signal that something's amiss. It's normal for the intensity of love to fluctuate over time. However, if your partner is consistently less affectionate or emotionally distant, it may be more than just a phase. They might be investing their emotional energy elsewhere. Remember, every person is different. Some people are naturally more affectionate than others. It's not about how much love they show, but rather the changes in their behavior. It's when they suddenly stop doing the little things they used to do. The good morning kisses, the random hugs, the loving texts throughout the day. It's worth noting that emotional distance can also be a sign of stress or personal issues. So, if your partner is emotionally distant, it's essential to talk about it. The sixth sign, They pay more attention to self-grooming. Now, we all want to look our best, don't we? But if your partner is suddenly spending significantly more time sprucing themselves up without any apparent reason, it might be a sign they're trying to impress someone new. Imagine your partner who typically shaves once a week, now shaves daily. Or perhaps they've developed a newfound interest in designer clothes or have started wearing perfume or cologne more often. These changes might seem subtle, but they can be telling. We're talking about a heightened attention to personal appearance that goes beyond the usual care for hygiene and grooming. It's about making an extra effort, an effort that wasn't there before. Of course, it's crucial to remember that people can change their habits for a myriad of reasons. But when this change is combined with other signs we've discussed, a pattern might emerge. A sudden vanity streak can sometimes be a cause for concern. The seventh sign, they avoid eye contact. We all know that the eyes are the windows to the soul, right? So when your partner starts to avoid eye contact, it can be a clear sign that something's amiss. You see, maintaining eye contact is a form of non-verbal communication and a way for people to connect and build trust. It's a way of saying, I see you, and you matter to me. When your partner starts avoiding eye contact, they might be wrestling with feelings of guilt or discomfort. It's like they're trying to hide something, and their eyes might give them away. So, they look away, they look down, they look anywhere but at you. This behavior is often subconscious, so they might not even realize they're doing it. Remember though, this is just one sign. Don't jump to conclusions based on this alone. But, if your partner consistently avoids eye contact, it might be time for a heart-to-heart. We've now covered the 7 signs that might indicate your partner is having an affair. Let's quickly recap these signs. The first sign is a delayed response to your calls or texts. The second sign is your partner frequently coming home late without a plausible explanation. The third sign is the sudden need to bathe immediately upon arriving home. The fourth sign we discussed was the arrival of unexpected gifts, seemingly without reason or occasion. The fifth sign is a noticeable emotional distance or a shift in the level of affection your partner shows you. The sixth sign is an increased attention to self-grooming, beyond their usual routine. And finally, the seventh sign is an avoidance of eye contact. Each of these signs individually may not necessarily indicate an affair. They could be a result of stress, work pressure, personal issues, or a myriad of other factors. However, if you notice a combination of these signs, it might be time to pay attention. It's important to remember that these signs are not definitive proof of infidelity. They are merely indicators that something might be amiss in your relationship. It's crucial not to jump to conclusions or make accusations based on these signs alone. Communication is the backbone of any relationship. If you notice these signs, approach your partner with love, respect, and an open mind. Express your feelings and concerns and encourage them to do the same. An open and honest conversation can often help clear misunderstandings and strengthen your bond. If the situation doesn't improve, or if the signs persist, it might be beneficial to seek professional help. Relationship counselors or therapists can provide guidance and help you navigate through these challenging times. Remember, communication is key in any relationship. If you notice these signs, it might be time to have an open and honest conversation with your partner.